Yes, yes, yes. But also, wow, that was kind of scary. What's up, everybody? I'm back, and the Lightning win. Finally, they're back to winning. I know I say finally like it's been a long time, which really it has. The last time they won a game was about 2 weeks ago because games keep getting postponed, and they had basically a week where they didn't play, and then basically had 5 days where they didn't play. So games have been spread out, which I think might be why things are so slow. Things are, not going so well, They're not as consistent, we'll say. But I'm very happy with this game. Very fun game to watch, and the Lightning played really well overall, I would say. Let's get into it. Let's get into the goals and everything because they did score some goals. Finally, the goal drought is over. It was about probably 4 or 5 periods long, but it's over. So we start with the first period, and the Bolts are outplaying the Predators by so much. It is just not even close. The Predators are hemmed in their own zone. The Bolts are getting chance after chance after chance, and Pekka Rinne's making the saves. So once again, it looks like the Lightning have come up against a hot goaltender. Damn it. So one of the better chances the Bolts have comes with about 13 minutes left in the first. It's a 2-on-1, Stamkos and Palat. Stamkos on the right, Palat on the left. And I mean, that's what you want right there. Those are two pretty good players. That's going to be a good 2-on-1. It's Stamkos has the puck on the right. Nice saucer pass over to Palat, who shoots it. One-times it very nicely right onto the net, and Pekka Rinne just makes the save. So, once again, the damn goalie. Really, Nashville wasn't doing anything in this period. They were kind of just taking a beating from the Lightning for most of the period. The biggest scare for the Lightning came with about 4 minutes left. This is after the Lightning have been really owning the entire period, despite having to kill off a 5-on-3. The scariest part was with 4 minutes left, Vasilevsky goes to play a puck at about the top of his crease, doesn't get all of it with his paddle, it slips by and starts going into the net. So he drops the stick and dives down with his blocker hand and just scoops it up. And I was like, Jesus, dude. And just like that, as soon as that happens, momentum shift. And all of a sudden, it's the Lightning that are in their zone, and the Predators are putting on all the pressure. And then to one of the worst penalty calls I think I've ever seen. Ever. So McDonough gets the puck down below the Tampa net. He goes to shoot it up the boards, and it hits some chode from the Predators. Bounces off of him, basically in between them. McDonough skates forward and plays the body, something that I've seen players do basically once every 30 seconds, and they call him for it. They call interference. I watched it. Because I watch the plays, and I can usually, when I'm watching, pick out if there's a penalty. If I see something, I'll be like, oh, that's a call. I was like, that's going to be hooking. That's going to be tripping. That's going to be interference. Most of the time, I'm right. Most of the time, I have, I call it right. I didn't see anything there. I didn't call it. They blew the whistle, and I was like, penalty for the Lightning. But, what was it? I was so annoyed. So, yeah, so it was a terrible call, I think. Obviously, I'm a little biased, but maybe go watch the highlights and tell me what you think down below. I think it was an awful call. Moving on, the Bolts are now on the penalty kill. And of course, there's about 10 seconds in. Puck gets shot on. It's bobbling around in front of Vasi. There's about 5 guys in the middle. It's just bouncing around in there, and it pops out right to Ryan Ellis, who puts it in. And it's 1-0 with about 2 minutes left. So, unfortunate. And it would stay that way, 1-0 for Nashville going into the second. So we get almost 2 minutes into the second, and Borowiecki, I think that's how you say his name. I'm really not sure. That's not how it's spelled, but that's how they were saying it on the broadcast. So he takes a hooking penalty and sends the Bolts to the power play. We get over halfway through the power play. Cooper has the second unit out there. Sorelli takes a shot on net. Gourde hits the rebound in front of the net. He's battling. Gets the rebound over to the right faceoff circle where Tyler Johnson is in weight. Shoots it in. And that ties it up 1-1. Tyler Johnson gets his first of the year. Tyler Johnson puts a goal in. Love to see it. One of my favorites. And it's 1-1. Let's go. That power play goal really gave the Lightning a big boost of momentum. One that they've sorely needed after not scoring for 5 periods or whatever it was. They started to roll here. About 3 minutes later, Lightning have the Preds hemmed in their zone. Unfortunately, one of the Preds, unfortunately for Nashville fans, one of the Preds breaks their stick, so it's essentially a 5-on-4.5, basically. Who sets up over in the Ovi spot, as some people call it? Us Bolts fans, we call it the Stammer spot. It's not Stamkos. It's a young gun by the name of Cal Foote, who, many of you won't know, because I didn't know until this season, has one hell of a slap shot. He can really bang it. So he's a right-handed shot over on the left circle. They started playing it like it was a power play when the Preds guy broke his stick. So Sergachev's up top. Point gets it to Sergachev. Sergachev gets it over to Foote. One-timer right past Pekka Rinne. Ooh, it was a nice shot. I'm excited if he can keep doing that. It's going to be fun. Really, really nice to see. First NHL goal. As soon as it went in, Stamkos stopped, grabbed the puck. He'll be able to keep that forever. It's 2-1 now. So, good job, Cal Foote. Congratulations, buddy. Just over a minute later, we're back in the Preds zone. We're back to pushing them. The defense decide to change. Hedman comes on the ice, comes right into the zone, gets hit by a pass from Cirelli. There's a big scrum in front of Rinne. He can't find it. Hedman does something I wish more people would do. Instead of winding up and taking a giant slap shot where you might not know where it's going to go, he takes a nice easy wrister. He knows exactly where it's going to go, knows exactly where he wants to put it, puts it there, and it's 3-1. And the Bolts have now really stepped on the gas and started to put their foot on the neck of the Nashville Predators. Fast forward to about 3 minutes left, and the Bolts are on the power play once again. First unit's out there, and it's another goal from that left circle. This time, though, it was the big man. So this was a Stamkos goal, came from Point and Hedman. Point on the other side, up to Hedman. Hedman over to Stamkos. Stamkos, right in the net. So Stamkos gets his, I believe, 4th goal of the year, and it's 4-1. And the Lightning have opened the floodgates with a 4-goal period. So a very, very nice period, a very fun period to watch as a Bolts fan. It's really good to see them scoring again, and a nice mix there. We had the two big guys with Hedman and Stamkos, but then we got Tyler Johnson, a little depth scoring, and then Cal Foote getting his first. Nothing but good feelings from that period. Unfortunately, it would go a little sideways in the third. About 5 minutes into the third, Goodrow would take a high sticking penalty, which is unfortunate, but I was okay with it because we've got a 3-goal lead, and the penalty kill's been pretty good. So I didn't really have too many complaints, and then the penalty kill showed me how much better they could look. They did have 2 pretty good chances. There was a Cirelli-Killorn 2-on-1 in the penalty kill, where Cirelli got it over to Killorn in the slot, and he just kind of whiffed on it and sent like a little flubber into Rinne. And then Coleman actually outraced the guy and got a little pseudo breakaway. It was sort of like a half breakaway coming in from the side. Unfortunately, Rinne made the save there as well. That was at the beginning of the power play. Unfortunately, there would be a goal scored by Nashville. So what happened was Johansson put a shot on net, and the rebound squirts right out to the wrong side of Vasilevsky, where he's the side of the net that he's not on. And Olivier's there to put in the rebound right into the open net. So that brings Tampa Bay's lead down to 2. It's now 4-2. With about 6.5 minutes left, Cal Foote behind the Lightning net gets the puck up the boards, and Olivier, who was there battling with him, puts his arm around his head, grabs his head, and proceeds to pull him down to the ice like a wrestling move, which on its own would be bad enough, but the puck's been long gone for about 3 seconds now. So he's literally just beating him up for some reason. So rightly, he gets called for that, and what I will say is that started a pretty big scrum. Cal Foote got up, and then another Lightning guy came over and grabbed onto Olivier, and then Cal Foote was pounding Olivier's face, which, you know what? I mean, that's what you're going to get when you pull a dude down like that. I didn't really agree with Cal Foote doing that because it's kind of cheap because he still had his gloves on. He was just kind of pounding his face underneath while he was being held, so it was a little cheap from Cal Foote, but, like, you know, he's young. He's probably running pretty hot after he gets headlocked down to the ice, and Olivier ends up bleeding pretty bad from the nose. He's got blood on his visor. It was pretty nasty. Weirdly enough, this is the most heated rivalry I've seen from the Lightning in a very long time, and it's the first game, and it's Nashville. I don't know where this rivalry came from. They've never played each other in the playoffs. They're in the Western Conference in normal times, so they would normally play 2 games, I think, max a season. I don't know where the rivalry came from, but it got real nasty in the third period. So with about 2 minutes left, the Preds pull their goalie. They are down 2 still at this point. They pull the goalie, get the extra skater out there, and they get the puck in, and they start working it around in the Lightning end. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. And I was right. 30 seconds after they pulled the goalie, Arvidsson would score from Granlund. Granlund's down beneath the net. Just a nice little pass out, and Arvidsson gets a stick on it, puts it in. Not much you can do, maybe a little bit better coverage in the middle, but when you're down a man, there's not really too much you can do. And that would be the end of the scoring, but oh man, I did not think it was going to be the end of the scoring because Nashville was putting on the pressure hard. I was real nervous that the Lightning were going to get scored on and give up another free point, making it to OT, and then maybe not even win. That was too close for comfort at the end there. So that brings us to the end. Overall, really, really liked the way they played. Really nice to see some goals. They get 2 more points, so they're actually in a playoff spot now. I don't know if you knew this, but before the win last night, they were not in a playoff spot, so not something you want to see from the reigning Stanley Cup champs, especially as a fan. Actually, I guess only as a fan. Everybody else is probably like, yeah, they can suck. I want them to suck. Moving on to my Kudo award. My Kudo award is going to go to Cal Foote because he got his first NHL goal. It was a really nice shot, really nice one-timer, and I'm happy to see it, and I want to see more. So, Cal Foote, give me your address so I can send you a Kudo. That's going to do it for this one, guys. I have to go record the Fifth Line podcast episode for this week. Links down in the description. Go check them out. It's me, my friends Ben, Nick, and Eric. We just talk about hockey, sports, all kinds of fun stuff. Stupid stories. We have plenty of those. Go check that out if you have the time. It's pretty cool. Thank you guys all for watching. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Cal Foote's shot? It was pretty nice. Hit like if you liked it. Hit subscribe if you want to see more. And it's going to get nasty on Monday.